Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I'm your host, Mike Briggs, and we've been coming here since 2008, bringing you authors from the Central Valley of California. And one day the government swept in and they shut us down. They said there's some COVID virus. You can't have live guests anymore. So we started experimenting with this Zoom technology. And next thing you know, we're not a little Central California broadcast anymore. We're worldwide. We just did an interview with an author from Italy this morning, and we're talking to people all over the world. So I think instead of Central Valley Talk, we should change the name to International Talk or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, our next guest, another author, fascinating guest, Jim Riley. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate you having me.
Where are you, Jim?
We're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
There you go. Truly international, or national at least.
Yeah, well, international, we require passports to come in.
That's right. Now, Baton Rouge, is that near New Orleans?
It's about 90 miles north of New Orleans.
Okay.
And it is the capital of Louisiana.
Well, there you go.
And it's named for Red Stick, which the ships going down the Mississippi River used to spot a red stick on the banks, and that's how it got its name.
Because they knew they were in Baton Rouge when they saw the red sticks.
Yes.
Now, I read up on you a little bit, and I read up on your books a little bit, and there's a lot of themes. They all seem to be set in Louisiana somewhere.
Almost all are set in Louisiana. I wrote them, and I'd like to get into it a little bit. I wrote them while I was in prison. From 2015 to 2019, I wrote over 50 novels, and it was quite an experience. It's overcoming a lot of obstacles to write in prison.
In prison. Now, I read your bio. I guess I didn't read that part of it. You went to college. You became some kind of engineer, and you worked in the oil fields.
Worked in the oil field for over 20 years. Went into finance, and now I'm retired, living with my wife, and enjoying life.
Yeah, and writing books.
Yeah.
Now, seldom does a book catch me like the description of your books. I haven't read any of them yet. I will, because I read an awful lot. I read a lot. And just the descriptions really catch you and say, I got to find out what's happening there. We have one, murder in the, say it for me, Jim.
Atchafalaya.
Atchafalaya.
The Atchafalaya Basin is a big swamp between here and Lafayette, Louisiana, bigger than Rhode Island. And it's one of the most lush ecosystems in the world.
Wow. And so it's a real place, and you've been there, no doubt.
Hunted and fished in the Atchafalaya many, many times. Lived in Morgan City, Lafayette, and Baton Rouge, so I've got it surrounded. That's
another thing I noticed. There seems to be some deer hunting theme running through your life.
As a young man, I hunted with my dad and brother. We hunted over in the basin. We hunted in South Mississippi. We hunted in North Louisiana. We kind of made the rounds and really enjoyed the outdoors.
Yeah. Now, people who think hunting is not a cool thing to do, you have to hunt these deer. You have to thin out the male population. Is that right?
That is correct. Otherwise, they'll starve to death from being overpopulated.
Yeah.
And we eat everything we hunt and fish. And Louisiana is called the sportsman's paradise for a reason. We have the greatest outdoors in the world.
Yeah. I'm going to run through a couple of these books real quick because I got a million questions about Louisiana that I want to ask you about. But the other one is about the lake. I can't say any of your titles, Jim.
Lake Palour.
Yeah.
It's a lake right north of Morgan City. It's part of the Atchafalaya Basin, and it's a great freshwater lake that connects to the Gulf of Mexico through Morgan City.
Now, and then let's go to the third one in this series.
Murder by Rougarou.
Another title I couldn't say. Now, the first one starts with, I think, a treasury agent or somebody.
Yes. Young lady comes to Louisiana, first assignment, and gets lost in the swamp and gets rescued by the only federal game warden in the Atchafalaya. And they're as different as night and day. She's a petite little thing. He's a big hulking thing, and they make a great pair.
Yeah. Now, do these characters continue through the whole series?
They continue through both Palour and Rougarou.
Oh, that's good. I love it when the characters continue like that. So
yes.
Now, and again, it's all about Louisiana and this, what do you call it, a swamp? One swamp area?
Yeah, the Atchafalaya.
And it's giant. It's giant. It's bigger than Rhode Island.
It's huge.
People probably really do get lost in there.
They do, and one of the reasons is because it changes. Whenever they open the floodgates to the Mississippi River, it drains through the basin.
Oh my goodness.
And so it changes the landscape. So what you saw last year, you may not see this year.
Now, are they opening those gates right now? There's some flooding about to happen, I would imagine.
They're studying the situation, and it looks like the Mississippi will overflow. They'll open the gates and let floodwaters throw through the basin.
Yeah. Now, let me ask the most obvious question here. Gators or alligators?
We have over 2 million alligators in Louisiana. In fact, we used to catch them, and we scare people in duck blinds. Would get one and put it in their duck blind before dark.
Oh my God.
Or before daylight, and when they got in there, they wouldn't know what to do.
There's an alligator waiting for them. Now, can you hunt those?
Yes, they give out tags for those, and I don't know if you've seen the show, but there's a lot of shows about the Louisiana gator hunting in Louisiana, and it's a prime sport, and it's a big moneymaker for those folks.
Now, have you done that?
I've done a little bit of it, but not a whole lot. Most of mine has been deer and turkey and squirrel and raccoon and dove and quail and a little bit of everything.
That's fascinating. I want to live there, Jim.
Come on down.
No, it's scary. Alligators going to come in your house, and you got swamps that overflood, the Mississippi River, and hurricanes. You guys all have so much excitement there all the time. Now,
but the food makes it worth it.
Yeah,
Mike.
This was my next question: is do you have any restaurant recommendations in Louisiana?
Mansur's on the Boulevard. If you come to Baton Rouge. Bambino's in New Orleans, Mother's if you love a good sandwich. There's a lot of great. You can't go anywhere without a great restaurant in Louisiana.
Well,
it's all wonderful Cajun food.
I'll give our viewers a tip. Is I went to Jim's website and he has these great restaurants listed there. Take some mystery out of it. His favorite restaurants. Now
eating is a sport in Louisiana also.
Now. Is the food spicy or not especially spicy?
It's spicy, but not overly hot. Yeah. Most people who try to make Cajun food put way too much red pepper in there.
Yeah.
Cajun food has a lot of spice, but it won't burn your mouth.
Yeah, I've been to New Orleans a few times and, of course, ate jambalaya 3 meals a day. But out here in California, if it says Cajun style or Louisiana style, it just means hot, hot, hot. And I don't know why they do that, because it's not that way back there, is it?
It's not that way here. It's just spicy. And next time you come, try the pastalaya. It's jambalaya made with pasta. Is absolutely a tremendous dish.
Now, do they barbecue in Louisiana?
We do a little barbecue, but not a whole lot. Nashville, where my son lives, has the greatest barbecue in the world, I think.
They do, yeah.
We pride ourselves on seafood.
Seafood. Now, I took my daughter to her college trip in Florida, and they said every body of water in Florida is connected, so there's going to be a gator in every body of water. Is it that way in Louisiana?
There are gators everywhere. You'll find them on the golf course. You'll find them in your backyard. You'll find them crossing the street. There are alligators just everywhere you look in Louisiana.
And when we read your books, are we going to encounter some gators in there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We never miss a chance to include the local wildlife.
That is great. Jim, this is the most exciting book series I've had on our show. You're an exciting person, a fun person to talk to. That helps a lot.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike.
There's millions of books and millions of authors, and I read every day, minimum 1 hour. So, and you look around, how am I going to pick a book? Well, here's a way to pick one right here. Just talk to Jim Riley for a minute, and you will want to read his book. So,
thank you.
We've gone way past time because I'm not supposed to ask about the wildlife and about the cooking and restaurants and stuff. But any last thing you want to tell our viewers?
No, just keep writing if you're an author. Keep reading if you're not. And a book will make you experience different parts of the world, and you pick up little tidbits that you would never pick up otherwise.
Yeah, by the way, we showed 3 of your books, but you have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I wrote over 50 books while in prison during the 4 years. I'm in the process of transposing them. I got a contract for 59 books.
Oh, my
For the
goodness.
next chapter, which is unbelievable for a non-published author. So I'm blessed.
Yeah. By the
Mike.
way, I always say this: is anybody could write a book, right? But very few can finish writing a book.
That and then write the sequel to it.
Write the sequel. That's right. Where can people get your books?
On Amazon or any online marketing. They're available in bookstores, and we have a great distribution system through Next Chapter. And so Barnes and Noble, Amazon, Kobe, any of those guys, you can get our books.
Yeah, and I
And you can
reckon.
go to my website,
Yeah.
jimriley.net, jimriley.net, not com, jimriley.net.
JimRiley.net. Now, and by the way, I went there, and for our viewers, you're going to want to go there because he had some, what do you call, like a little video clip, a trailer on some of the
Yes.
books. It was fascinating, all kinds of stuff. If you're not sure you want to read Jim Riley's books, go to JimRiley.net and just look around, and you're gonna be wanting to read them. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Mike. I really enjoyed the conversation.
And we'll be back with more authors and artists right after this.